Relation versus relationship, what's the difference? There are many words in English that sound remarkably similar and are even often used in similar contexts. In this post, we'll be going over the big differences between these two words and why they are important. Relationship, what's the difference? A relation is a connection between two things, while a relationship is the way in which two things are connected. Relation simply notes the existence of a connection, but relationship describes how or why two things are connected. Let's provide some simple examples to make the whole thing more clear. Bernard and Chris have no relation to one another. Chris and Bernard have a good relationship. This sentence describes how the two are connected, albeit vaguely. Relationship gives some insight into how two things are connected, whereas relation just specifies whether or not things are connected at all. To drive this point home, let's look at some examples of how to use relation in a sentence. Relationship refers to how things are connected, not the fact that they are connected. Lack of trust is very destructive in a relationship. Lack of trust is very destructive to the way two people are connected. Unfortunately, this is one of those words in English that has an overcomplicated definition and explanation for how simply it is used in everyday speech. Because relationship sounds odd when standing alone, it is often accompanied by an adjective to make it obvious what kind of connection is actually being described. Here are some examples of how to use relationship in a sentence. I do not have a very good relationship with my brother. This is mostly because relationship lends itself to more common topics of conversation, such as when discussing the relationship between people. In fact, while both of these words actually have unique meanings, most people would consider them to be interchangeable in actual speech. Relation is simply a connection between two things, but a relationship is the way in which two things are connected. A relation just means that two things are connected, but relationship, usually accompanied by proper context, describes what type of connection two things have.